So I notice we have a number of visitors with us this morning. So visitors, once again, welcome to our family gathering today. I just want to let you know that as the parishioners know, I have a tendency to ask questions. So if I ask a question, I expect you to respond, okay? So I want to start with that. How many of you remember growing up in a home where there was only one or two telephones in the house? Okay. How many of you remember growing up in a home where you consider yourself lucky if you had that long cord so you could take the phone out of the hall and bring it into your bedroom to talk in your bedroom? How many of you remember that? Okay, so a lot of old people here. Yeah, no phones. Okay, there we go. Well, while we're with that, how many of you remember party lines? That's really dating us. Party lines, okay? You'll explain that to your kids later on what a party line is. It's not what you think. It was not a party, believe me. Remember the dial tone? Yeah, the dial. Okay, so now let's move it up. How many of you have computers or laptops or iPads in your homes? Okay, young people, question for you. How many of you have your own cell phone? Okay, some. Okay, parents, question for you. How many of you have to negotiate with your children the use of their cell phones or the use of their iPads in terms of time? You're going to use it here, you're going to use it then, you're not going to use it at other times. Some of you need to raise both of your hands, don't you, huh? The fact of the matter is, it's a lot easier to communicate nowadays, and we have many more ways of communicating nowadays than we did when old folks like me were growing up. And there's an advantage to that, but there's also a disadvantage to that. Because when those of us who are older, and when I say older, late 50s into your 60s, into your soon-to-be 70s, our families, our parents could control many of the ways in which we came to learn about things in life. It was very limited access on television. I remember, I know people find this shocking, where there were only 3 channels on TV. We thought we were living large when Channel 2 came along. We thought we had died and gone to heaven when is it VHS? Is that what they're called? Channel 44, Channel 36? James, you're old enough to remember. We thought we had died and gone to heaven. UHF. See, I don't even know what to call it, right? So our parents could control what we watched. Our parents could control what we did, in many ways, what we heard. And it was easier for us also to live our faith publicly. There were just things that we all did, those of us who were raised as Catholic Christians. Our faith was much more of a public experience. Those of us who were Catholics, and we have friends who were not Catholic, and we were visiting our friends on Friday, they knew that they had to serve us what? Fish. Those of us who are Catholics, if we passed the Catholic Church, whether we were on a bus or in a car, what did we do? We made the sign of the cross, no matter who was there, no matter where we were, in a bus, on the car, walking. We passed St. Francis or St. Andrews or St. Patrick's, we automatically made the sign of the cross. We grew up in a world where our parents could control what we experienced in significant ways, and we grew up in a world where we lived our faith publicly in ways that we no longer do. And I'm not saying that that world was better than this world that we now find ourselves in, because things have changed. But I am saying that there are things we need to do to live our faith at a deeper level with a greater sense of focus today than it was when I was growing up. There were many more support systems out there that helped me to live my faith as a young Catholic Christian growing up in West Oakland. Many more than what David Patrick is going to experience as he grows up in this world. So I'm saying that to say this. The message that Jesus came to give us, that message of 2,000 years ago, that truth that he came to share with the world 2,000 years ago, that message is still valid today. It was a message of love and acceptance, compassion, forgiveness, a message of universal salvation, a message that said to each and every person that our Lord encountered, this world is our world, not just your world, that in order to be truly happy, in order to be truly the person and persons that God created you to be, you have to live in relationship with your brothers and sisters. That's the message that was true 2,000 years ago and is true today. Now, how we live this message today, I think, depends much more on the community as opposed to when I was growing up, where my mom and dad and my grandparents and my immediate family taught me those things. David Patrick needs every person here to help his mom, his dad, his big sister, his godparents, his family, to help him to come to know what it means to live as a brother of Jesus Christ. There's a lot of noise out there, am I right? A lot of noise, a lot of distractions, a lot of folks who say they're telling the truth and they're really not telling the truth. So how do we help him? By saying, and it's going to be hard to say Maria today, I'm going to speak to you officially, by saying to Maria and Patrick, we are here for you. We do not believe that you should try to raise your son and daughter by yourselves. We believe that the message of salvation is too important to take a chance on just you and the godparents and their immediate family, helping them to come to know who they are and what it means to be followers of Jesus Christ. Are we here for them? Yes. Are we here for him?